Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a quick exam structure video so you know what you're doing for history paper 1, which in what I'm teaching in the past videos is Germany, dictatorship and democracy 1890 to 1945, and also tensions between East and West 1945 to 1972. Make sure, if you aren't doing those units, that you look at videos that can do those units instead of democracy and dictatorship and tensions between East and West. So, first off, we start with the Germany paper. So the exam has 6 questions, with 3 interpretation questions worth 16 marks in total, and 3 just knowledge questions, 24 marks in total. Okay. So question 1 is, how does interpretation B differ from interpretation A about blank? This is 4 marks, so you need to explain one difference well, and you don't need to use the provenance or contextual knowledge. So explain spot the difference of how the content of sources are different, and use details from both sources as a comparison with quotes. And think about how the tone of the source is different, okay? For question 2, when my PowerPoint decides to load. Question 2 is, why might the authors of interpretations A and B have a different interpretation of blank? 4 marks. So you must only discuss and explain the provenance of the source and how this would affect their viewpoint. And think about who wrote each source and how their experiences and purpose for writing would be different. Okay. For question 3, it's which interpretation do you find more convincing about blank? This is 8 marks. So you consider only what contextual knowledge supports or does not support the information in both sources. So don't consider the purpose of each of the sources in the answer. You must make a judgment on about which source is most useful and basis on which sources are the most representative of the majority typical of the time period. And you may well conclude that both are equally useful but of different times and places. Question 4 is describe 2 blank for 4 marks. For example, you could get describe 2 problems Hitler faced when he became Chancellor in January 1933. So you need to make sure you're showing specific factual knowledge, and remember you're also being judged for understanding. Use this meant that or because to level up your understanding. Question 5 is, in what ways did blank change? 8 marks. Include at least 2 reasons and make sure that you explain your points fully, thinking about why change happened and impact on those involved, and make sure to break down impact of short-term, long-term, whatever it may be. And the final question is question 6, it's worth 12 marks. It's which of the following was the more important reason why, with 2 factors listed, for example, economic reasons and political reasons, etc. This is worth 12 marks, so you need to discuss both of the bullet points in depth, writing a paragraph about both bullet points and a conclusion. And in the conclusion, try to reach a judgment that shows the link between the 2 factors given, e.g., one is more important as it caused the other to happen. And use detailed contextual knowledge, thinking about the short-term, long-term national and international impact and consequences of these when considering significance. And instead of looking at Cold War in this video, I'm going to go over a specification check for history, GCSE, AQA, Germany, dictatorship and democracy, 1890 to 1945. So, this is a good way to level your understanding, as red being haven't a clue, amber being got some clue but couldn't quite work out, and green being absolutely certain on this. So these are the topics. Structure of Germany Empire under Kaiser Wilhelm. Why did Kaiser face difficulties ruling Germany between 1890 and 1914? Impact of World War I. German Revolution, Weimar Constitution, the Treaty of Versailles, Spartacist uprising and the Cat Putsch, Munich Putsch, the crisis in the Ruhr, Stresemann and recovery, Weimar Golden Years, the Great Depression of 1929, Hitler becoming Chancellor, Reichstag Fire and Enabling Act, Night of the Long Knives, Terror in Nazi Germany, Himmler, SS, Gestapo, block leaders, etc., Nazi propaganda, religion in Nazi Germany, Nazi control of women, control of youth and education, control of the economy. The Holocaust, opposition in Nazi Germany, and impact of World War II, 1939 to 1945. So, Make sure you know your understanding. In the description down below, I'm going to link a specification check that you can download, and you can tick the box in which it's red understanding, amber understanding, or green understanding. Thank you very much for watching this video on exam technique and specification check for Germany, dictatorship and democracy 1890 to 1945 under the AQA exam board. If you want to see this same video for the Cold War module, Britain, Health and the People, or the Elizabethan England module, then please do let me know in the comment section down below. Subscribe to this channel for more weekly history videos covering all things AQA GCSE, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.